Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by the lovely Justin. Justin, how are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And I'm excited about this chat because each year, a handful of people, just a handful of people that apply to become guides in the Mystery School in the lineage of King Solomon get accepted. And you were one of them. And it is a pretty amazing step to take for anybody, and it takes a lot of hard work to get there. I'm just filling everybody in the background of what this actually means. But from your perspective, why did you want to become a guide? What was the driving point? Why do you want to serve in this way?
Well, first of all, as you say, it's only a few people that are accepted to be guys. So I'm really grateful to be able to do this work and to share what was shared with me, basically. And the mystery school changed my life in such a massive way, and to be given the opportunity to be able to share that work, the inner work, your personal work with other people, it's just an incredible honor.
And what would you say, being a guide, just for those people out there that have no idea about the mystery school, no idea about the lineage, what does a guide actually do in the lineage, in the school? What are they responsible for, and what is their role, if you like?
Yeah, I think it's almost like the definition of a guide. So you're not really a director. So you're helping people on their path to discovery, their journey to find out who they are. But it's just that you're not saying you need to be doing this or you should be doing that. It's, well, this is an option that's open to you. You could consider this. It's like helping people on their path to discovery and being there when they have questions to be able to give those answers. But it's not to make decisions for people. It's about honouring that person's own journey through the lineage.
And how do you do that? What class is it that how do you do that for people?
I suppose the most basic starting point is with the life activation. That's the sort of the core first step for anyone. Once they've had the life activation, then there's multiple other things like the full spirit activation really supports that. And there's the sacred geometry. I always would suggest that is a really good step as well, because it gives you tools to be able to start supporting yourself. But ultimately, you really want to be going to empower thyself, because empower thyself gives you the tools to be able to support yourself. And I always say to people when they first come to me that my ultimate goal is for you not to need me. I don't want you to be dependent on me. You should be able to help yourself, and then potentially, if you want to, if it's your calling, if it's your path, to be able to do what I do and bring other people into their own power, really.
Yeah, and so on that, in that kind of discussion about bringing people to their power, what was your life like before you received initiation to now? Because I think some people might be thinking, well, okay, this sounds great. I'd like to be guided. I'd like to go to this class. I'd like to have tools, but it might not, they might think, oh, this is just something spiritual. This is just something quite far away from me. So I wonder how life has changed for you, you personally, in the way that you approach things. I don't know if you could give us some insights on that.
I think the biggest change really would be having the confidence in yourself. Knowing yourself better gives you the confidence that actually, yeah, I can make a correct decision for myself, and I can do that without doubt and without worrying about what other people may think or say about what I do, because you've got the authority to make the decisions in your life, really. And those doubts come from pre-programming, really, from pretty much every sector of your life. And I had that I worked in corporate management for many years, and you're programmed to, like, be fearful for your job, worry about making mistakes, being perfect, which honestly nobody can be perfect. It's part of being human, is that imperfection, but you need to be working on it. And really, the freedom from that worry, that anxiety, that stress is the biggest thing for me, and is really like a joy to be able to share with other people.
Do you think that this, you mentioned that you were in corporate management, so this is actually something that could be beneficial to people that don't think that they're spiritual then?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I worked with people, mentoring them when I was a manager in the corporate world. And when I came into the school, I actually found that some of the ways that I was helping to mentor people was what I was being shown as part of the path. So you could well be using mystery school tools without even realizing it. And then when you come and start taking some classes or having some healings, it's like an aha moment. It's like, hang on, I've actually been doing some of this already. So you've got that sort of reverberation, and you can sort of authentically take it forward for yourself. It's really incredible, actually.
Yeah, isn't that true that yeah, I often meet people that don't think they are spiritual in any sense whatsoever, and when it comes down to it, they actually, the way that they think, I mean, I'm probably gonna, my dad is like that, one of those, he thinks, the way he thinks, I'm like, goodness, dad, that just comes naturally, in the way that he approaches life and such like. So people do have that, and they don't realize it's actually a very spiritual way to think about things and to be, because we are spiritual, that's our natural, that's who we are. So that's quite fun as well, and I think that helps people to understand you don't have to be one way or seen a certain way to be able to walk a spiritual path, to have these amazing effects in our everyday life. And I think that's really something that I would always like to get over to people, that this is for everybody, should they choose it.
Yeah, it's almost like you start off in life as a child, like you sort of, you wonder with the world, you're sort of exploring everything, and then you start going to school, and that's when the almost like the reprogramming starts. So you start getting your rules, your regulations, what you should and shouldn't be doing, what's acceptable to society, what's not. And then your family will be doing the same things. Obviously, there's certain things in society are quite genuinely, like violent behaviour, that sort of thing. Genuinely should be programmed out of you. But when you come to the mystery school, you're almost undoing that programming to take yourself back to how you were when you was a child in wonder and exploring, because you're basically doing that piece again. It is almost, like a rebirth in a way, but in a sort of spiritual sense rather than a physical sense.
Yeah, and we talk about this in the Empower Thyself, actually, don't we, in the 12 dimensions, and
Mhm.
how we do need these foundations. And you're so right. If we haven't been given those at childhood, that our foundation isn't as strong as it can be. So when we come to the mystery school, we do go back in that
Mhm.
sense, and then we start to see everything with that wonder and that magic, and we start to get that really strong foundation. So it's fun, isn't it, how we start to master those dimensions and such like. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really love that.
yeah, it's just like been such a joyous part of my sort of path with the mystery school, because I was sort of operating kind of independently on my spiritual path, not really realizing that there's a whole community of people really close to me as well that are basically doing what I was doing, but in a more structured way. And structure is important when with this work. You start having sort of unstructured work, then things can go a bit bit astray, shall we say. But yeah, that discovery of, wow, there's like a whole community of people that I can be a part of was just like almost jaw-dropping, really.
Yeah, and on a side note, some of us came together last night, didn't we, for our Christmas party? And it's like, oh, it's so nice,
Yeah.
you know, to be in the midst of so many people from all different walks, all different backgrounds, all different cultures, all different upbringings, different languages. You know, we all come together in that, you know, in the light, in that unity, in that light. So I love that.
Yeah, it was such an amazing night. I think there was like 25,
Yeah.
30 of us in total. Yeah, just all with the same purpose, really, and the same sort of mission in life, just to make our lives better and help other people make their lives better. And by coming together, just having a great time.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm.
Our time has whizzed by. So, Justin, if people want to get in touch with you and, you know, find out, perhaps they want to find out a little bit more and they're not sure, how can they contact you?
Yeah, my website is probably the easiest place to contact me from. It's got all my contact details and it's really easy to remember as well, which is handy. It's just londonhealing.co.uk. So if you've got any questions or want to explore what I do a bit more, that's probably the best place to start from.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your time with us tonight. And if you're out there and you like what Justin is talking about, please get in touch. I know he will be able to share a lot more and give you a lot more options and insights. So, yeah, thank you so much.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on to your podcast. I'm really grateful for that. It's lovely to be able to talk with you.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. It's my favorite thing to talk about magic with magical people. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all again soon.